evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Friday's here. That means the weekend is here. I hope you all had a good week. I hope you're all enjoying your evening. Shout out to everybody in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 1,400 subscribers, folks. So that's the new goal now is 1,400. Of course, the big goal is 2,000. Slowly but surely, we're going to get there, right? But how's everybody doing today? We are slowly approaching the end of 2024. And before you know it, it'll be 2025. So stay tuned, folks. And then before you know it, spring training will be here. Before you know it, the regular season will begin. So stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. So let's say what's up to the chat real quick. We have Jack in the building. What's up, Jack? Stephen B is in the building. Graham is in the building. What's going on, Graham? Ken, what's up, man? How's it going? And we got Gusto in the building. As I was saying, he's saying like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. I greatly appreciate it. Who else we got in the chat? Oh, we got my man, Mr. Controversy in the building. Rodney, what's up there, Mr. Controversy? How's it going? David Herrera's in the building. Demon D is in the building. Jacob Petruzzi's in the building. Daniel Berry. Joe, what's going on, Joe? How's it going? Yankees Dynasty Kings, what is going on? What's up? Who else we got in the building? We got Jake Boss in the building. What is up, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We have so far close to 60 people. So let's smash that like button. And if you're watching this on X, come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe, join in on the conversation. So earlier today, we heard the news, right? Christian Walker signs with the Houston Astros on a 3-year deal worth $60 million. $60 million. Sorry. So 3 years, 60 million. So 20 million AAV. I know he was a big target for the Yankees. A lot of those sports websites, a lot of the beat writers, and had Christian Walker signing with the Yankees. The Yankees were the favorites to sign him, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way for the Yankees. But I think ultimately the Yankees didn't want to sign Christian Walker, or they did want to sign him, but there was a lot of hesitation due to him coming with a qualifying offer. So the qualifying offer, that it's frustrating, right? Because you sign a player with a qualifying offer, you lose a couple of draft picks, you lose a little bit of IFA money, and I thought, and I'm right there with you there, Rodney. I think $20 million a year was a little bit much, and maybe the Yankees were a little bit hesitant on that. But I would say it was more about the him coming with a QO. The Yankees are always hesitant about signing players with a QO. That's why don't expect to see, don't expect to see. Pete Alonso. Don't expect to see Alex Bregman. Any players that are tied to a QO, just don't expect the Yankees to go after him. Now, the one name that's been being mentioned over the last couple of days has been Paul Goldschmidt. Now, yes, he is an older player. Maybe he may not be an ideal fit. I know some Yankees fans are wanting to sign or wanting the Yankees to sign a guy like Pete Alonso. Some Yankees fans are in favor of that. But look, I think first base really, yes, he's old, but they're only talking 1 year for him. I would say 1 year for Goldschmidt. He's not going to get more than a year. All right. And, as players age, it's harder for them to get contracts that some of the younger players get. It's just the way it is. It's just the way the market is, right? Teams usually would rather sign younger players to a longer contract, not so much older. I mean, again, Paul Goldschmidt, he's up there in age, right? He's on the older side for sure. So, he's much closer to retirement than some of the other, first basemen that are available. But I think the Yankees, for first base, they're probably going to go. I'm thinking they're going to go cheap, or as cheap as possible. A 1-year deal as a stopgap, and then the Yankees, going into next off season, they're probably going to go spend maybe on Vlad Guerrero Jr. I don't expect Vlad Guerrero Jr. to sign with the Yankees, although, the Yankees will do their due diligence and check in on him. But there's a scenario where they could, obviously they're going to target Kyle Tucker. I think that's inevitable. I think they're going to target Kyle Tucker. And if Cody Bellinger is still on this team, he could transition to first base. And then if the Yankees sign Kyle Tucker, they could, they could put him in the outfield. I mean, this was some conversations that I was having with some of the guys that I'm in, with some of the content creators that I'm in a group chat with, which shout out to those guys. They were Jason from 161 was the one who brought it up, and I could see that being a possibility. The other thing too is, and we've brought his name up plenty of times, I know I have, is Murakami from Japan, who's going to be posted next year. So, he will be looking to sign with a Major League Baseball team. Could the Yankees look into him? So he could be another option. So, the Yankees are gonna, they have some better options going into next year. Should they be interested in Murakami? Should they be interested in Vlad Guerrero Jr.? I do feel as though they will make a run, a big run for Kyle Tucker. So do expect that. But it's going to, that's next year. I know I'm jumping way ahead. But as of right now, I think the Yankees are going to go the stopgap route. I don't think they want to sign what the first basemen that are available right now, and as far as free agents, I don't think they want to. I don't think they want to, sign anybody to a long term. So, I think, and it doesn't have to be a free agent signing. They could also look at trades too. The Yankees have been active in the trade market, so that could very well be another option for the Yankees. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you all think, though. But again, Paul Goldschmidt's name has been mentioned a lot, apparently by Yankee people, according to Jack Curry. So he could very well sign with the Yankees on a 1-year deal. Will the Yankees get another deal done before the weekend or by the weekend? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Another guy that's been thrown around too is Carlos Santana, right? He's another name that's been heavily mentioned amongst a lot of the fans. He's a free agent. He's a little bit on the older side, but can give you some. He could give you some value there at first base. He could be another option. He's another guy. You could sign him to a 1-year deal. So let's just see what happens. Who else we got in the chat? We got a few people that snuck in. Dev, what is going on? D-Rod, what's up, man? How's it going? Zanli, what is going on? Graham is asking, this season, is it a platoon at first and try and trade for a second and third baseman? Could be. That's a possibility. There is a, I know as far as third base goes, right? I had Ace on the show last night, and him and I have talked. We were talking a little bit this morning too about when Christian Walker signing with the Astros. He really wants Bregman, right? I know there's a lot of Yankees fans out there that want the Yankees to sign Alex Bregman. I'm still saying pass. I think they should keep Jazz there and then explore second base. It could be, a Brandon Lau, you can get him. Hassan Kim, he's still, he's a free agent. The Yankees could potentially explore him, right? There's other options, but Zanley brings up Arenado. I mean, do the Yankees make a trade for Arenado? right? I mean, that let's think about that. You know, he has 3 years of control left. You know, do you want to take on that contract? Do you ask the Cardinals to eat some of that money, right? Or attach another player to make it worthwhile? And is Arenado willing to waive his no trade clause for the New York Yankees? I mean, he said he wants to go to a contending team, so maybe he would welcome that. I know if the Dodgers were interested, he would most definitely waive his no trade clause for that team. They get him for third base, they could easily, you know, they could move Jazz to second, right? I know Arenado said he was open to playing first. That was what was reported, but I like him better at third base. And then at first base, you know, you have Goldschmidt, Paul Goldschmidt. Those two guys were teammates, right? So there is a connection there. And you have, you know, of two veteran presence on the team, and they can help, you know, guys like Volpe and they can work with some of the younger players too, right? Especially if you're talking about Ben Rice, you know, if he's going to be, you know, platooning with Goldschmidt, you know, Goldschmidt can be an influence for Ben Rice, right? So I mean, again, just I'm thinking of different ways, thinking of different options. So, you know, we'll see what avenue the Yankees go, but Goldschmidt. From the sounds of it, it sounds like the Yankees are really closing in on him. I don't want to say closing in, but they're really interested in him. Okay. Let's see. Nathaniel Lowe. I mean, a lot of fans have been talking about him, right? More and more Yankees fans are coming out talking about him. So he could be a possibility, Nathaniel Lowe. You know, I believe he has 2 or 3 years of control left. That's, you know, again, he might the Yankees could trade for him. Another name that's been mentioned from the Texas Rangers is Josh Young. He's another one that's been mentioned by a few of the content creators. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad name, but again, do the Texas Rangers want to trade either one of these guys? So I don't know. Yeah, I did say that the Yankees. Yeah, I did read that Jack Curry said that the Yankees are not going big on first base. Yeah, it's probably going to be a stopgap, man. It's probably going to be a stopgap. So Daniel Lowe's the option, especially if they're going to go give LeMahieu a chance at third. Where did you hear that? Because I didn't hear that. LeMahieu is not going to be. He's not going to be a starter. He can't be a starter. He needs to. He's got 2 more. Yes, he's got 2 more years with the Yankees. He's got 2 more years left on his contract. You can't trade him because he's a 10-5 guy. But I think he ultimately is a guy that's going to come off the bench. So, yeah, I haven't heard anything about him getting a chance at third base. Let me know where you heard that there, Nate. What up, John? How's it going? Mike Rocky, how's it going? He said Oldie would fit him and Rice, but Cashman can't strike out at second or third. Yeah, no, I mean, I think if Jazz is going to stay at third, second base, you know, either they go out and sign somebody or they trade for someone. There is a possibility that they could, right? They could have guys like Vivas, Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswald Peraza battle it out, and they might go internally for second base, right? Have these guys battle it out during spring training to see who is going to be the starter. So that could also be a possibility too. But a name that I do like for second base is Brandon Lau. I wouldn't mind the Yankees trading for him. He's got a good glove, pretty decent bat. You know, he could very well be a possibility that I think the Yankees could look into. Kim, again, that's another name. Yeah, Arenado's up there in age. I think he's like 33, 34. I keep saying it. The time to get, if the Yankees really wanted to get Arenado, they should have gotten him in 2018. That was like the perfect time because Arenado's he's a good player, but yeah, he is, you know, a little bit on the older side, no doubt. Graham is saying if they want a short-term 1-year deal and walk away, it's a free agent market. It's the likes of Goldie or Santana. as they trade apart from maybe Diaz isn't going to be a 1-year deal. If you're talking about Yandy Diaz, yeah, he's he comes with 2 years of control. He would still come on the cheap. He's another option. He's another name that I've thought about and mentioned for first base. So he could very well be a possibility too. So yeah, and a lot of folks feel that way. I mean, Jazz has an arm. He does have an arm. He just needs to be better with his control from third base. I mean, I know that's not naturally his position, but I if they did move him to second base, I wouldn't complain. So hey, what's up, Jonathan? How's it going? So yeah, I see a few folks in the chat saying Jazz Chisholm at second. I'm just trying to catch up with all the comments. The chat is truly on fire, and everybody is giving their takes. So I do appreciate the interaction there. This is what I like, just to have the conversation, have everybody's thoughts and opinions. It elevates the conversation. So I do appreciate it. And we got Mr. Coconuts in the building. What's going on? DJ cannot start. Yeah, his best days are behind him. I've said it time and time again. Yeah, I mean, again, Goldschmidt's name has been heavily mentioned, so that could be the guy. Oh, my friend Anthony Garcia, que lo que, man. He says, what about Jake Bauers from the Fantastic Four? yeah, we should sign back one of the Fantastic Four players. So it's definitely missing. And who else we got in the chat? A few people showing up. Mr. Coconuts, Desiree, Lou, Jay Snow, what is up? Sofia Juarez, what's going on? Pete Alonso on a 2-year contract for the Yankees first base. Could be done since Alonso hasn't been picked up. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to look for a short-term. I don't think he's looking for a short-term contract. 2 years? No way. After seeing what Christian Walker signed for, he's going to try and demand anywhere between 25 to 30. I'm just saying. So, but yeah, I don't see. Yeah, Pete Alonso is looking for a long-term deal, but who's going to sign him? That's the question. Where does he go? It's the same thing with Alex Bregman. Now that now that the Astros got Walker, I mean, Bregman is definitely not going back to the Astros. He's going bye-bye. So he could be going to the Mets. I see him to the Red Sox. I mean, those are the two teams that I'm thinking. But honestly, if I'm being realistic, I see Alex Bregman going to the signing with the Red Sox. That I can see happening. If you pull Arenado and Donovan, the alignment would be Bellinger first, Arenado third, and Donovan to left. Yeah, listen, if they could get Donovan with Arenado, sign me up all day, Ken. Seriously, sign me up all day. I will take that. I do like Brandon Donovan. He's a perfect bat, perfect lefty bat. Sign me up, man. But again, I don't know if I don't know that the Cardinals want to trade him. He's probably going to be part of the buildup for the Cardinals. But if the Yankees were to somehow pull it off, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Alonso to the Mariners. Yeah, well, speaking of the Mariners, they were in talks with the Guardians about Josh Naylor, but it seems like those talks have cooled off. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be a thing. I mean, I would be surprised, honestly, if the Guardians did trade Naylor, because they traded Jimenez to the Blue Jays. And I was very surprised about that because Jimenez was a key piece in that infield. That Guardians infield is pretty freaking good. And I was very surprised about that. So we'll see. I see him not being traded. He's still going to be a member of the Guardians. So Marshall Brown, he says, please no Goldie. No, I hear you, man. A lot of fans don't want Goldschmidt. A lot of fans don't. I mean, he's not at the top of my list, but again, they're probably thinking just 1-year deal. They're thinking stopgap right now, right? I don't think they're going to go. They're not going to go super expensive at first base, because if they don't get a guy like Goldschmidt or Santana, let's say, or at least a less expensive option at first base, they'll have to settle one of the free agents, right? And if they settle one of the big name free agents like a Pete Alonso, I mean, then they could miss out on some chances for next year. So, Cashman and company, they're trying to figure out a way to build a team right now, and they are building a team. They've done a good job this offseason, but the work is far from done. But they're also thinking long run, right? They're thinking how do they plan it out after 2025? So they're thinking long term. Congratulations. We got to congratulate that one. I'm finally out of medical debt, cleared $20K off my charge cards. I am celebrating. Good for you, man. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, debt sucks. Anytime you could get out of debt, it's a great day. Supreme Panda. I like that name. I was thinking Alonso would like to go back to the Mets for a long-term extension since he has been a long time. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, him going to the Mets, I can see that. I think I could see where at some point him and Steve Cohen come to an agreement, right? He might go back to the Mets. And I know I said earlier that he could go to the Mariners, but the thing is the Mariners are a little strapped for cash. So I don't think they really have a lot of money to spend. So Yankees cutting corners. They need 2 more potent bats in the lineup, atone for the loss of production from Soto leaving. Not only that, where's the infield defense for Fried, who gets a lot of grounders? I mean, let's see what they do. Again, I know, let's see what they do for first and second base, right? Unless they move Jazz to second, then you have to ask what are they going to do for first and third. Brian Cashman did make a mention of the defense. He said that the defense does need to improve. So, who are they talking to? Who are they going to go after? Who are they reached out to? So they're gonna figure it out. I'm confident in that. But you can't be cutting corners, right? Especially when it comes to defense. Your defense, particularly with the infield, with the Yankees infield, that needs to be solid. There's no room for error. I mean, listen, they're going to make mistakes. Players make errors. It happens, but it cannot be like what it was in 2024. I mean, that's football. That's a separate conversation. I mean, I'm not going to really get into all that there, Sophia. Well, it would have to be a huge haul. I mean, again, they already traded Jimenez, which again I'm shocked by. But they would have for their sake. Hopefully, they get something worthwhile back. Should they want to trade Josh Naylor? But I don't. Again, Graham, I don't see it happening. Trade Schmidt, Peraza, Pereira to Rangers for Lowe and Dublin. I mean, the only way I'm trading Schmidt is if the Yankees get another starter. If they get Sasaki, then yeah, maybe you do explore trading Schmidt. But the Yankees also, they need to find a way to trade Marcus Stroman in, because there's really no spot for him in the rotation, I don't think. But I know Cashman has said that he could serve a role, but I don't see it. I really don't. The Cardinals want to dump the entire Arenado's got to give him some good to do it. Yeah, again, if assuming right, if they wanted to trade him to the Yankees, if the Yankees were interested and they wanted the Yankees to take on the contract, I mean, yeah, you got to sweeten it up just a little bit, you know. They have to make it worthwhile. And I'll take Newt Bar, I'll take Donovan, I'll take one of them, you know. The Yankees getting Josh Naylor, I mean, he's not he's not at the top of my list personally, Supreme Panda. He could be a possibility. I know some fans would appreciate it. Listen, if the Yankees did trade for him, great. But I don't think it's going to happen personally. Anthony Santander, that's a mystery, man. It ain't the Yankees. I'm surprised. There's not. Is there a big market for Santander? How many teams have had interest in him? How many teams have reached out to him? That's the question I want to ask. So, hey, what's up, Jared? Oh, appreciate you, man. And yeah, you guys traded for Garrett Crochet, man. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about your boys doing that? Oh, and look who we have. We have Li Yankee King in the building. What's up, Li? How are you? Are you in a better mood today? Just giving you a hard time. Says Yankees were smart to let Walker go to the Astros because it would have been an idiotic give up draft picks and most importantly, well, and I think that was the big hesitation with the Yankees wanting to sign Walker. I mean, they were interested in him, but they were probably man, he's attached to a QO. We don't want to give up draft picks and IFA money. We know how much the Yankees value those things. Yeah, I mean, Santander, Pete Alonso, Alex Bregman, these guys all come with QOs. I think the Yankees are wanting to stay away from that. And Ronnie says 110 in the chat. Some of y'all forgot about to hit the like button. Yeah, that's right. Listen to Mr. Controversy. 110 people in the chat, so make sure you all are hitting that like button. Let's get those likes up, people. I would greatly appreciate it. It seems that way. It seems like Santander's market is small. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of teams that are interested in him. So I don't see a lot of teams trying to go after him. And it was funny too, because last night when I was live and when I had Ace jump on with me later on, I asked that question of can we expect another move before before next week, right? Because next week is Christmas. We all, I'm sure a lot of us thought that it was going to be quiet, right? But here we are. Christian Walker signs with the Houston Astros. So that was some big news today, and there was some other small moves that happened today as well. So the teams are trying to make moves happen before before Christmas comes around. So I'd imagine next week it's probably going to be very quiet. It's going to be just like November where it's quiet. There's not really a whole lot of action. And we're just going to have to just sit and wait and, be bored. You make this trade for Nate Lowe. Yankees acquire Nate Lowe. Rangers acquire Mark Leiter, Jake Cousins, Ian Hamilton. The bullpen becomes really light though, Li. I mean, I know the Yankees can find arms. I mean, Cashman is good at finding those bullpen arms, but I don't want to give up all those bullpen arms. We gotta we gotta save that bullpen, man. Got to save some of those arms. Strike zone. Do I care about other fans join? No, I don't. I don't. Um, no, I love when other fans. I love when other fans join. You know, we talk mostly Yankees baseball on this channel, man. But all fans are welcome. You know, if you're a fan of another team, you know, by all means, man, join the conversation. I want to hear. I like to hear from other fans and what they're thinking with their team. I mean, it's cool. So, yeah, no, all fans are welcome here. Are you a Yankees fan there, Supreme Pen, or are you a fan of another team? Just curious. Ken, the answer to your question is no. Fast after trading Tucker and Arenado saying no. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they there's still some things of still a few things that they need to address. So, no, John. Just because of my beliefs. So we don't celebrate it. But for those that do, you know, I respect it. I hope it's a holiday that you all enjoy, and I know it's a good time for families to get together, and hopefully you all celebrate it and have a good time. You know, and it's one of those things where you get together with family, and hopefully you all cherish those moments. Jay Riv says all fans are welcome, but respect is number one. Yeah, exactly. Respect is number one, right? You're not going to you're not going to always agree with each other, right? Fans are not going to always agree. That's the beauty of baseball. That's the beauty of sports. So as long as they ain't insulting each other, I'm cool. So. Oh, John the Beagle Dad with a $4 super sticker. Appreciate you there, John. John, thank you so much. You're the man. Same to you, man. Rodney, you will never see me on such things. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. Oh my God. Dude, I'll tell you what. Yeah, dude, when you're out of debt, it's just like, all right, I could go spend money again. Yeah, being in debt sucks, man. It's just like I said, that's a whole nother conversation. But same to you, Chua. Same to you. Same to you. We also need to allow wiggle room at the deadline just in case we need to require. And that's the thing, they might, the Yankees could make some, inexpensive moves, and then maybe they do go explore at the deadline, and they will explore at the deadline and figure out what needs to be done. So, they'll be active. They'll make some moves. But, well, Ken, I don't know what's for dinner, but while you all are trying to figure out what's for dinner, and you all tell me what you're eating for dinner, we're about 35 minutes into the live stream. So make sure you all are hitting that like button if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button. Join the conversation. Join the crew. Join the family. And share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. But what is everybody's dinner plans? I have, we don't talk about food. Ever since the season's been over, we haven't really mentioned anything about food because there's no pre-games. It stinks, but we're gonna get back into those pre-games. Yankees should be, yeah. I mean, again, Nate Lowe is a name that's been heavily mentioned by fans from Texas. Ryan McMahon is another name, but I don't think the Rockies want to trade Ryan McMahon, and I don't think Ryan McMahon wants to get traded. But if you make them an offer they can't refuse, I mean, the Rockies ain't going nowhere. Let's be honest. But I don't know if the Rockies want to trade him. I was thinking spicy beef and rice. Nice, I like that. Cheesecake. Well, cheesecake is always on your agenda. So what else is new? Rice with gravy. Pizza. Pizza does sound amazing right now. I mean, it hasn't been, but they're going to be active. So I mean, let's see what they do in 2025. So hopefully they have more success. I'm being asked by Supreme Panda. I would like to ask the Strike Zone, do you care Houston fans join this since y'all? I don't. You know what, dude? I don't hate the Astros. I mean, I'm over that whole thing. I know what you're referring to. I'm over it. But I don't care if Astros fans are in here. Are you an Astros fan? Who's your team? Hotheads? What? Baby back ribs and mac and cheese? Nice. Yeah, no, I think they're talking about Sean. They're talking about the trade deadline. That it hasn't been the greatest for the Yankees as of late, which I understand. Yeah, but again, in 2025, let's see what they do at the at free agency, or excuse me, at the trade deadline. But when it comes to the Yankees, though, I mean, I do feel as though they do try to ask for the moon from the Yankees. They do teams do try to fleece the Yankees, and Cashman says no. And Cashman says no, so can't blame him. He's got to put his foot down. It's like, yeah, they have needs, but they also, they also have to have a team in the now and in the future. So haven't made any since Thanksgiving and before that Jamaica trip. Yeah, I don't know about that. Hotheads is an Ohio restaurant. Interesting. What type of restaurant? What type of food, Li? So I'm a Supreme Panda. You must be an Astros fan. Because you're asking about the Astros, so you must be an Astros fan. I don't care if you're an Astros fan. It doesn't. I really don't care. I don't care if you're a Red Sox fan. I don't care if you're a Mets fan. Oh, you're okay. So Houston Astros. All right, cool. Whatever. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome here, dude. But let me hear from you. How do you feel about Tucker not being on the team anymore? He got traded. Bregman probably not coming back. Christian Walker being on the being with them. Like, what are your thoughts, man? Chipotle, interesting. John, yeah, you brought up that name, but I actually it's funny. Supreme Panda's been fine though, so I have no issues. Again, if you're an Astros fan, I really don't care. Like, I don't care what team you support. You're welcome to join. So okay, so it's Mexican. All right, cool. Maybe he's gonna be a Cubs fan there, Ken. It's possible. They signed Sandoval for 2 years, and think about trading Tristan Casas. Yeah, man. How do you feel about that Sandoval signing? How do you feel? Yeah, talk to me about that, Jared. How do you feel about that? But yeah, again, I do feel, going back to what we were originally talking about, I do feel that the Yankees are going to, sign a first baseman that's not going to really cost them a lot on a 1-year deal. If they go the trade market, I could see a Yandy Diaz. Um, he's got 2 years left of control, and he does come on the cheap. I could see the I can see the Yankees going after a guy like him, Nate Lowe, right from the Texas Rangers. Um, let's see what happened. Could the Yankees look into, have they reached out to the Texas Rangers um to trade for him? Yeah, I know you've brought him up. Casas, I wouldn't mind him for first. I wouldn't mind him for first at all, which I want to know, what is his contract looking like? I'm just curious. Yeah, so I mean, he's still in it. He's not even starting his first arbitration year until 2026. So they would get a lot of years of control. I wonder if the Red Sox would. Well, they would trade with the Yankees. I mean, they've done trades with the Yankees. So he's 25 years old, or he will be 25. So yeah, he'll be 25 next month. So it'll a little less than a month. I wouldn't mind Casas. The game. Okay. Yeah, I love spicy food, so you're probably right there, Ken. I'm sure I would enjoy it. I love me some spicy food. My thoughts: I feel like we should have extended Tucker and signed Bregman before he hit free agency. So extended Tucker, okay, okay, and signed Bregman. You're saying they should have extended Bregman, extend both of them. Do you think Supreme Panda? Do you think Bregman is worth 200 million? As of right now, yeah. I mean, the Yankees have a clear path to be the best team in the AL. And they could even blow it away by making a few other moves. So yeah, I wonder if the Yankees are looking into that. If they're looking into Casas. Uh, Verdugo fleece job. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I know Verdugo's bat wasn't great, but I mean, I liked his defense. Yankees haven't had a left fielder like that in quite some time. I mean, you saw what jokes we had for left field in the past, but Verdugo was good defensively. His bat, though, not so much. Yeah, 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 Mr. Controversy. You are petty. I am Big Buddy says doesn't seem like Cashman is done. And it's going to work with in what you think. Yeah, no, they're not done. They're not done by a long shot. They're gonna make some other moves. Like, they're not done. They are aware that there are holes that still need to be filled, and they're gonna. I believe that they will fill those holes, whether it's on a short term or long term. Um, it's gonna happen. So he would cost a ton. He would cost a ton. Okay, so you think Bregman's worth 200 million? Fair enough. Why do you feel that way? Oh, you don't think Bregman's worth 200 million? My fault. My fault. I was responding to this. I thought you were answering that. So, yeah, I don't think he's worth $200 million either. I know the Astros, they offered him $156 million. I thought that was pretty reasonable, but that's just my opinion. Yes, I did see that. I saw that the Yankees and the Mets, they met with Sasaki on the same day. So interesting, right? I know there's going to be a few other teams that he's going to meet up with. So let's see what happens. Okay, got some college football, right? It's not our couch, bro. It's my couch. We already established this. If you want my couch, it's going to cost you $1 trillion. So you better come up with that $1 trillion. And once you do, you can drive out here and then get the couch. I get my $1 trillion and you keep the couch. So there you go. Love that lefty righty lineup worked out great. It was good. Well, he better write a letter to Congress. So no one wants Pete Alonso. Yeah, he just might. You never know. So I don't think it's gonna be Santander, man. I doubt it's gonna. I doubt it'll be Santander. I don't think so. Yeah, no, Bregman's definitely not. He's not on my list. He never was on my list of players that I wanted the Yankees to go after. But again, he's probably. I mean, are we going to see a scenario where he's going to hold out? Are we going to see the same thing with Pete Alonso, Corbin Burns? Right, these are all Scott Boras clients. Are we going to see a repeat of the last offseason when some of these players, some of his players were, were not signed, and spring training came around and they still weren't signed? It's like, man, what are we doing? And Jordan Montgomery ended up firing him. So, I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to do that again. If I were the players, better to make a decision. I mean, you're not going to necessarily get what you want. I get it's the market and it's what you're, what you think you're worth or what you're demanding. But yeah. Yeah. Boras broke the free agent now. Everyone to get, oh man. Yeah. Forget it, man. He, once Soto signed that contract, once Soto signed that contract, it was forget it. But you gotta. I mean, you could thank you could thank the Dodgers, right, for when they gave that contract to Ohtani. So, I mean, for second base, I mean, I could see them going internally. So, it could be Cabrera, it could be Vivas, it could be Peraza. They could have these guys battle it out. So, last season, Boras got his top tier clients signed, and the rest were, pretty much. Soto and Snell are signed. The rest of his clients are screwed. Yeah. I mean, also, isn't Kikuchi a Scott Boras client too, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, Burns will get paid, but I don't think he's going to get the money that he's looking for. Honestly. Burns, you expect no later than early January. Bregman and Alonso maybe much longer. Yeah, I think Bregman and Alonso might drag a little bit. Burns, I could see signing before those two. I think Bregman and Alonso are gonna be waiting a while. So as a possibility, yeah, Boras wants big money for his clients, and the ones at the top have a really small market of teams that can afford them. Well, it look what happened the last off season there, Graham. He shot his clients in the foot. He didn't do himself any favors. He didn't do the players any favors. The players didn't do themselves any favors. They held out for too long. Is that what these guys want to do right now? I mean, the current free agents that are under Scott Boras? I don't know. How long do they hold out for? You know? Yeah, I'm not saying I want Cabrera at second base, but I'm saying he could very well compete. And as I'm talking about it, Acevedo says Cabrera's our utility man. Yeah, I wouldn't either. But Peraza Vivas can be in to play for it. Absolutely. I don't think they're going to sign Bregman, man. I really don't. I really don't think they're going to sign Bregman. I think Bregman goes to the Red Sox, honestly. Santana and Santander, drunk Hispanic. Yeah, a lot of fans want Santander. Santana, he's again another option, but Goldschmidt's been the name that has been mentioned a lot by the Yankees, or by the Yankees people. Well, I guess he's he is being smart. Actually, here's the thing. Cashman, the Yankees have a lot of options right now. There's a lot of moves that they can make. I mean, I know ultimately none of us would have complained about Soto coming back, but if Soto came back, would they have been able to address these other holes that the team has? Because even with Soto on the Yankees and during the 2024 season, which again I am not complaining because it's freaking Juan Soto. There were a lot of fans who kept saying that this team has holes, right? And one player cannot address multiple holes. So, right now, yeah, they lost out on Soto, but I think, they're just addressing other holes. They have money. They still have money to spend, right? So, this could be a blessing in disguise. And I'm not saying, oh, it's a good thing they didn't sign Soto. Again, if they did sign him back, we all would have been ecstatic. And which, by the way, Soto said that he enjoyed his time with the Yankees, and that whole thing about the Yankees and how they treat players and the whole, whatever other news was coming out was a bunch of crap. So, it was just some way to make the Yankees look bad. He went for the money, plain and simple, right? We all already knew that. Historically, the Astros have a deep farm system. Yeah, they do have a very good farm system. They do know how to produce players. This is very true. I mean, besides Bregman, I mean, they could explore Arenado. I mean, he wants to get traded. They tried trading him to the Astros, but he vetoed it because he's got a no trade clause. So Astros are not on a team that he was interested in. Other third baseman, I mean, Ryan McMahon, that's a name that's been talked about a lot. So very unlikely if we sign Soto, we get Fried or even Bellinger. Bellinger, probably not. Fried is a possibility because even if the Yankees with Soto or without Soto, they absolutely had to add another starter to the rotation. They had to make that happen. Oh, Jonathan says 72 likes. Let's continue hitting that like button, folks. I got close to 100 people right now. So if there's 28 of you out there, let's hit that like button. Let's try to get to 100 if we can. Yeah, one man is not a team. You gotta form a team. One player just doesn't cut it. One player can make a difference, absolutely. Soto made a big difference for the Yankees. He did. He made a huge difference in that lineup. He did. But it's still it's Soto and 8 other players that in the lineup that need to perform. That would be awesome. Hear the news, Soto asked for 20 tickets behind home plate for his family every home game. And I know there was reports of him asking for like perks or whatever, but I didn't hear specifically about these things, but maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Right. No player hates any team. It's a game, but it's also a bit. And exactly, Acevedo. Hey, listen, if there was a team that I didn't like, but they offered me a lump sum of money, a huge contract. Money talks, man. Money talks. It's business, man. Business. You can't let your emotions affect your business ever. So we had it, but I'd say it'd be more the next tier down. We would have been shopping. Yeah, I mean, who would be the next tier down though? Who's the next tier down? I think Fried could have been. They could have still signed Fried. I think it would have burned them a little bit, sure. With the Soto, if they were to sign Soto, but who would be the next tier down for you? Yeah, I mean, just like the Yankees, the Mets have holes. All right, 76 likes. Let's go. Flaherty. I mean, I wouldn't have complained if they got Flaherty or Bueller for that matter. I wouldn't have complained one bit about that. Yeah, I mean they're locked up with him, right? They're locked up with him. I know he could opt out after his 5th year, but he'll probably Cohen would probably void that, right? So, yo, Max Coverage, what's up, Max? How's it going, man? What's up, bro? How you doing? Presley be intriguing. Yeah, what would be the price for him? Yeah, I know what you meant. You're talking about Flaherty and you were talking about Flaherty, right? You don't think he'll opt out to try and get more money? I could see it. But Max, what do you did you question for Max, did you want Christian Walker for the Yankees? Was there a player that you wanted? Yeah, you're asking me if I would prefer Santana or Goldie. I'd go Santana personally over Goldschmidt, but it sounds like Goldschmidt's name has been heavily mentioned by a lot of the Yankees people. So I mean, if it sounds like they're going Goldschmidt. I mean, nothing's official, obviously, but if it was my preference, I'd go Santana. What about you? Where do you think we can trade Stroman without eating a big chunk of his money? I mean, that's what it might take to trade him. But if you are going to trade him, the thing is, you're not going to get a lot back. So I mean, maybe you could get some low to mid level bullpen arms or something, or a pitcher and a bullpen arm and a bat, or something along those lines. So, okay, so you wanted Walker. I get it, man. Yeah, listen, if the Yankees got Christian Walker, I wouldn't have complained. But I think the Yankees holdup was that QO, man, which I understand from the Yankee standpoint. That's not going to happen, dude. No way. That'll never happen. Oh, shut up, D-Rod. Yeah, good bat, great glove, and he only costs $20 million per year. Yeah, I know. I mean, $20 million per year, so that would have been great. But there was that talk of, he was looking for a fourth year and the Yankees weren't looking to give that to him. So I'm wondering if that was even a thing. Only 79 likes? Come on, people. Only 79? Come on, let's get those likes. Yeah, Mr. Controversy and D-Rod causing some problems in here. I don't like it. I mean, the Yankees would do that because Stroman wasn't doing so well. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if the Astros would do that. I'm sure the Yankees probably would, but I don't think so. Yeah, he got 3 years, right? I mean, there was reports coming out saying that he was looking for a fourth year, and the Yankees weren't looking to give that to him. But I think ultimately, at the end of the day, I think it was just he was looking. The Yankees just didn't want to sign him because of his QO. So, yeah, just like how you're begging for my couch, right there, Rodney? Current Yankee payroll, 269 mil. The next level tax threshold is at 281 mil. So we have 11 mil to play with until the next penalty. Make a Stroman trade to, yeah, and so yeah, that'll then they'll have like an extra 18 million to play with. So, nah, dude, you're fine. Nobody hates on anybody around here. If anybody brings problems to this channel, they're taking they don't last very long here. So you're all good, man. Yeah, maybe I don't have a couch and you're just stressing the couch for no reason. Sure, it keeps you up at night. He's saying, hey, too bad there's not another left fielder out there since Bellinger could play first base. Jock Peterson, anyone? Nah, pass on that. They're Mo money. I would pass on him. $82 likes. Let's go. We're at 82 likes now. All right. Stroman won't be a problem to trade at that price. I mean, it's team friendly, but DJ needs to give up and give that 26 man. Yeah, well, he's not gonna retire. And the only way they'll get rid of DJ is if they DFA him. Maybe I have a futon. Maybe it is just hardwood floor. You'll never know. Yeah. I mean, the salary thing, I get it, but I just don't think the Astros are going to go for it. Whatever you say there, Ronnie. Oh, my boy Felix Nunez. Colby Covington is washed, bro. UFC was lit. Dude, he got it. Yeah, he got his face freaking bashed in. That was disgusting. All right, 82 likes. Cool. It's all good. Maybe it'll get to 100 after the stream is over. Maybe we'll get some other folks watching. True. DJ, I mean, if they do DFA DJ, they'll probably DFA him probably next year because it'll be less money. So 15 million instead of 30. Yeah, Framber Valdez. Yeah, he's doesn't sound like he's going to get traded. So Astros are going to hold on to him. Vivas, yeah. I mean, again, the Yankees. They have options for. They have options for as far as their their prospects go. I mean, they have prospects that they can trade. There's no doubt about that. And trade them while they still have value if you're not going to use them, as I say. If when it comes to the infield, they have like one or two moves left. You're right about that, Jonathan. But when it comes to the bullpen, though, I think they're gonna sign. They'll sign multiple arms, not big arms, but they're gonna add some arms to that bullpen. I'd say about like 2 or 3 arms, possibly, whether it's in a signing or in a trade. You're saying overall, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I suppose they'll give him a chance at spring training, but I think I just think he needs to be a guy that comes off the bench. That Santana or Goldschmidt can't be the last move. That's just I'm with you on that. And yeah, I did hear about Clayton Beeter. Clayton Beeter has a lot of potential. I like his pitching style. He's solid. That I remember when the Yankees traded for him and traded away Joey Gallo. I mean, that was I don't know how Cashman pulled that off, but kudos to Cashman. According to Blake, he thinks Beeter's going to break out this year. I trust Matt Blake. I do trust Matt Blake. I mean, Matt Blake, any pitcher that he works with, man, it's like he turns these guys into gold. And it's always like sometimes it's these names that you never even heard of, and they turn these guys into gold. So yeah, I do trust Matt Blake's ability to make Clayton Beeter the pitcher that he needs to be. Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully one of those guys gets signed. I would say by the weekend. Yeah, I was a little surprised about that too, because their rotation isn't anything. It's not great. I mean, so if they were looking to trade Valdez, I questioned it. Like Mr. Belding lookalike. Oh, you're talking about Tonkin, Michael Tonkin, right? Looking like a school principal or janitor of a school. Tonkin was actually pretty. He was pretty good, but then he did fall apart a little bit. So That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're Panda. Number 35. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. His father wore number 35. I do remember that. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Cody wanted to play. He wanted to come to the Yankees. He was begging Boras to try and get him to the Yankees. So it was a good move. I'm happy for him. Santana. Yeah, again, I don't think they're going to get Bregman or get Correa. No way, man. Correa can't even stay healthy. But DJ and Stroman need to be added to that deal, plus Vivas or Warren. Yeah, but again, with DJ, though, he's a 5'10 guy, so that he comes with a no trade clause. So it might be a little hard to trade him. Stroman, you'd have to, if you're going to trade Stroman, you'd have to add a Vivas or another player worthwhile. So. Yes, Sean, I do remember that character. Yankees could have drafted Bellinger, but after I'm glad they got Judge. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, well, Marinaccio is no longer a Yankee. He got picked up by the White Sox when when the Yankees waived him. So yeah, it sucks for Marinaccio though. Yankees have money, but they're tied up with bad contracts and have a lot of debt from the new stadium. Right. Yeah. So hopefully when they get rid of those bad contracts, they, can start making moves in the future, right? What's up, Bill? Neftelberg? I have to say, this is the most boring channel I've ever seen on YouTube, but I guess I'm over 350. Yeah, well, you don't have to be here, man. You could leave. Those who want to be here will be here. Those who don't want to be here, they don't have to be here. So you don't have to be here, dude. Goodbye. Twins need to take on those guys because we did 50 million. Yeah, but again, I don't think you'll see Correa though on the Yankees. Roki Sasaki. I could tell you the Yankees and the Mets both met with him yesterday. I don't know how those meetings went, but he met with both the Yankees and the Mets. So Scotland, yeah, I know you're in Scotland, so could see the Mets signing Paul Goldschmidt for 1 year if they don't re-sign Alonso. I could see that as well. I think they're going to make a push for Vlad. Yeah. Can't please everyone. Exactly. If you don't want to, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. No one's forcing anyone to be here. That's what they all say. All meetings go well. I mean, it's a good conversation, but it's not that he doesn't like long contracts. The Yankees do like long contracts, but they like long contracts with the right player. Dominguez? What do you mean? I mean, as far as Dominguez goes, I mean, I would it's still unknown. We've only seen very small sample sizes of him, so we're going to see what he's made of in 2025, assuming he's getting the starting role in left field or center field. wherever they put him. And I want to see him play one or a full season or 2 full seasons, and see what this guy's made of. So that's my take on it. Yeah, long-term exactly. Long contracts has to make sense, not only to Hal, but to all owners. When you're signing a player to a long-term contract, it's got to make sense if it's going to help the team, if it financially makes sense. I mean, you can't just sign every and any player to a long contract. It's got to make sense. Dominguez needs time to grow without everyone being on his back. Well, exactly, and we haven't seen what he's like. Hal Steinbrenner's the owner. Surprised you didn't know that. Yeah, Dominguez is still an unknown as far as I'm concerned. He's got potential. He's got a lot of potential. He did well in the minors. Let's just see what he does at the major league level. Too early to say. I'm not going to go that far. I don't know. There's no way. I'm as of right now. I'm going to say I don't. Could he be better than Soto? I'm not going to answer that question. It's way too early. Way too early. So. Yeah, I'm sick of people saying he's the next Mantle. He is not the next Mickey Mantle. Let's stop. Yeah, primetime Jay. He's like I said, he's got potential. He's got potential. So, you just need to give him time. You need to give these young guys time and let them play, let them make their mistakes, let them grow. I mean, that's how you get better. But anyway, folks, that is going to do it for me. I have been live for a little over an hour, pushing an hour and 20 minutes, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate all of you jumping on and having these types of conversations. To all the haters out there too, you know who you are. That don't like the channel, I still appreciate you being here. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And we're at 84 likes. Cool, Jonathan. Thank you for letting me know. But again, we will go live again, right? I don't know when I'll go live again, so we'll see if some big news breaks out, right? When it pertaining to the Yankees, I'll go live and we'll talk about it and get everybody's thoughts and feelings on it. All right. But I'm out of here, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. You all are great. And thank you to all the new subscribers. The channel is continuing to grow. We're on the road to 1,400. But I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you all next time. Make sure you're hitting that like, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. Greatly appreciate it. You all have a good one.